whether it's in Africa or in LATAM or in Asia. It is this challenge of urbanization. As more people move from rural areas into cities, it's overcrowding and putting a strain on the infrastructure of traditional cities. The reason why people are leaving villages and rural areas and tier 3 cities to move to larger cities is not because they want to take their families away from their other families. It is because of lack of urban services, healthcare, education, jobs, and a culture. What we're saying is, with technology, you should be able to reduce the need for people to move into cities by taking education into rural areas, healthcare into rural areas. So that, now let's translate that. What does that mean for a life of a person? Today, a lot of us spend a lot of time driving to get services, whether it's driver's license, getting simple things. We spend a lot of time in cars, or in trains, or in transport. But now with telepresence, which is not video conference, imagine telepresence as you and I sitting here with the same kind of experience, except you could be sitting in a different country, in a different city. And I can have an experience with you. I can talk to you about medicine. I can authenticate that you are the person who claim you are as a doctor or you are a patient. Suddenly it lowers the need to go and physically see the doctor for checkups, because you can do that with technology. For 80% of a typical doctor's consulting, he doesn't need to touch you. Today with high technology, we can give you that experience without having you to physically move there when you're 70 years old, 80 years old, or when you're not feeling well. That's a simple but a very important one. Second one is education. How much of our time of our children is spent from going from one school or from one tutor to the other? With the entire network of connecting schools, with tutoring, with other schools worldwide, you can have a different experience where a child growing up in Nusajaya is connected to a child in Norway, or a child in Korea, or a child in Bangalore, and exploring ideas. That's another experience of creating a global citizen. For government, this is a very important one. Offering healthcare, government services, safety and security, managing with privacy and all the other elements. You can do that with newer technology so that people can have an easier way to go to work, at work, have a different experience of being a global citizen, in education, having a different experience, having access to doctors worldwide with a very different cost experience and a cost challenge. This is what we are aspiring for. This is what we are building towards. And we can do it. And that is what the life will be.